How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled Relics, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, guys, we have more leak-related stuff to talk about. Today, we have an actual image, quote-unquote, from Pokemon Switch, which I don't think is real, but we'll get into it, guys. We have a lot of people claiming it's real, a lot of people claiming it's fake, a lot of people claiming different things, but I want to discuss it today, guys. Let's get started here, and right down there, you can see the image and what it is. So, let's read through what Pixelpar has to say here, because he was the one who leaked this image to everybody, or rather, he got the image from somebody else, and then he, put it out to the public. So here's what he said. This is not intended to be an April Fool's. Over the past few days, I've received the same shot multiple times of what could be Pokemon Switch. I've not seen the image, so I can't verify if it's genuine. However, multiple things in the image match details I've previously been told. So, I also can't confirm if this is the same thing that PokeJungle received. However, but I'm going to tell you right now, yes, it is the same image, because he actually posted the same thing later on. However, based on their description, it is quite likely. If this shot is real, then graphic-wise, it's comparable to Ultra Sun and Moon running on Citra with possibly some higher-res textures. Okay, fair enough. Delete and reposted the tweet and yada 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 because you mixed up some websites. And here's the Pokemon Switch shot I received. Take this with a dash of salt. No, take this with an ocean of salt at this point, guys. So, I edited it slightly to fix the perspective. If you guys want to see the unedited, the perspective one, here it is, or the different one. This is it right here. There you go. There it is. So, we're first going to go through what we have here on this one. So, I actually tweeted right after this when I saw it that this simply looks like Sun and Moon, like a Sun and Moon image, to be honest. Like, it looks like someone just edited away the Lapras back right. If you guys don't know what that is, I'm talking about this, the little like red thing. Somebody edited it away, and the character looks like it's been tacked on. Like, if you actually look at the image right here, and I'll do a little bit of zooming in here just so you guys can see what I mean, but, like, it looks very much tacked on. And I'll zoom out later, but you can see it kind of looks just like very, I don't know, very tacked on. The character looks very tacked on, I don't know. But again, it's a blurry image. It's taken like this, because it's a leak. So it has to, be all blurry and stuff. And again, I'm being very sarcastic right now because, again, I am so skeptical on this. But I have some information coming from somebody who I do trust, though, who's given us actual information in the past, who I will say actually says this is real, which wouldn't surprise me. But I have a lot of things to talk about. So, I did say right here, simply looks like Sun and Moon. I don't think this is real. And then we also have PokeJungle, who tweeted shortly after it came out, about an hour later. He says, looks like the photo finally broke out of private channels and leaked on the internet, posting now. I realize this is breaking at a pretty poor time because of AFD. Now, he's talking about April Fool's Day. It's not April Fool's Day yet. It's actually April Fool's Day tomorrow, but it is April Fool's Day in China, Japan, and those countries. So they are already for them, it's already April Fool's Day. So this could just be a giant hoax. So please understand that as you're watching this video. If you don't want to hear about jokes, hoaxes and stuff, don't even bother watching this because this could all just be totally fake, which is what I'm feeling in all honesty. But there is people who are telling me, who I've been talking to, that are saying this is actually real, but I don't know. It could also be that they are being they're getting also tricked. I don't know. Either way. So he says here, but it's worth mentioning that we've known about chatter of Pokemon Switch being a reboot on private Chinese message boards for months, and a separate person came to us with a description of the pic before we got it. So this image has been out there for a long time, and I want to point out about what he's saying right here, guys. If you all remember, and please keep it, pay attention right now if you're interested in, leaks and all this stuff and rumors, there was actually a message from an admin from Taiba, whatever it's called, which is a Chinese message board, which is the place where we got Sun and Moon leaked, where we got, the rocket, Rainbow Rocket stuff leaked, and that sort of stuff. That's usually where that sort of stuff comes from. But basically what ended up happening was, a guy on that message board, who was an admin, or had, an admin status or whatever, actually said, that he'd seen the game and he thinks it looks awful in terms of graphics. So clearly this image has been circulating around for a long time, but it could also just be a big fake, and I'll get into why I think it's a fake a bit further in here. So, unless they really went through all this effort to plan this in months in advance, we don't see it being an April Fool's joke. Also worth mentioning that every version of the picture that you guys are seeing, at least that I can tell you so far, is cropped and edited from the original to protect the source. So the graphics seem much worse than they actually are, which I would also agree with because this is a blurred out image and it's, also taken with a camera with a close-up shot. So, here we go. Here's the image in question that was sent to us. We still can't crack if this screenshot has legitimacy to it. However, worth noting is it managed to stay within private channels for quite a while. Regardless, we believe the concept of a reboot is true. And then they also made a post right here saying, we recently wrote about the image circulating amongst Chinese and Taiwanese fans, but chose not to reveal it due to agreements we had and made in order to share the information in text form up front. However, as promised, since it's been uploaded on other sites, we're now giving you a look as well. Excited to hear your thoughts. And are you team real or team fake? I don't know. I'm team in between, but more leaning towards fake. But again, based on the things I've heard from personal people I know, it seems like this could have some legitimacy to it. But again, they could also be getting fooled. The people that I'm getting the info from could also be fooled. But that's besides the point. Now, the thing that I want to talk about is this tweet right here I got from Christian Simpson, because I've been literally advocating for this being fake. I've been trying to, like, figure out, like, how it is fake, but I've not been able to find an actual conclusive reason. Then again, this post was made by Jackson here, and Jackson says that this looks very much like the route or the water route from Pallet Town down to Cinnabar Island, which I do agree with. It looks very similar. You can see right up there, you have like the little like area where the the little island part, or like the little ground part, and then you have the same ground part there, and you have the same rocks and stuff. But also at the same time, if you look at the image, I will tell you this right now, guys. I will tell you this right now. There's actually, it seems like a metapod in the water up in the top left. If you see the top left, there's a little green part right there. Like, it looks like a little metapod up there. Which again, I don't know, man. It's really sketching me out. I think this is fake, but either way, so he did post this, and he says it's this route from, Kanto, which would make sense and fit in, again, with the rumor that the next Pokemon game, which this rumor has been around since almost January now, which is that the upcoming Pokemon games are going to be reboots of the franchise. And if they reboot the franchise, they would go back to Kanto, logically speaking. So in all honesty, that seems to make sense with this. But then again, they could just have been taking those rumors and trying to play with them. So either way, I was looking at this, and he was saying they look very much like Kanto. This area, this route looks very much like Kanto, which I do agree. It does almost look like Kanto. But then you also look at this image, and I decided to actually do some stuff with the image and test some things out. So I will see if I can find those exact posts. So here you go. I actually decided to add some filters over, and it looks like some areas of the water are somewhat edited next to the little Magikarp image. Like some parts of the image look really sketched out and really weird. But besides that, I did also do a sharpened version of it to see like the contours and like whatnot to see if they actually work better. But again, even in this version, I don't know. I can't really figure anything out. But then I actually got this from Christian Simpson here. Said, notice that the trainer also seems to have the handle of the old riot gear in their hands, which you can see right there. There's a little black part he's holding, or that could be just something in their hands. I don't know. It's hard to guess, but I was looking into this. I was like, you know what? That actually is really true. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna look more into it and see if they're, like, what he's holding. And he said, yeah, do that, lol. I don't remember Lapras having a black handle on its back before. And I said, one thing, though, is the position of the character... See, in Sun and Moon, the character would be sitting all the way at the back of the Lapras. That is what currently confuses me, since I think it's impossible to change the position for where the character should be sitting for hackers. Now, if you don't know, in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, you can actually, like, go into the game files and change around things and switch, like, instead of riding on a Lapras in water, you could be riding on, like, a Charizard or, like, a freaking, I don't know, like a Lugia in the water, stuff like that. But this one is really weird. So he says, yeah, definitely. I think we've... it gives it a little bit of credibility. To me, it looks like the position, they do want to sit on the top of a Mudsdale, maybe. Like, it looks like it's the one from Mudsdale here. Because see, it has the same holding position like that, which I think I agree with. Like, it honestly feels like it's the same. Again, very sketchy. But then I got this thing, and I'm going to go over to this tweet, which is from Rocktillery, who says, guys, it's two different 3D models. Again, I don't know. Basing it off of these two, right? If you look at these two, they are different. But honestly, the image on the left, look at the character, okay? And you also got to keep in mind, there's an Eevee on top of his head. Look at this. Do you seriously think this is real? I don't know. I just can't feel like, I don't know. I mean, again, this is a poor quality image. I mean, this is how it looks like in a better, in a better screenshot. This is how it looks like, okay? This, to me, makes somewhat sense, right? Makes somewhat sense. I'd be like, okay, that's like, it looks slightly better. But, like, when you actually close up on it, oh boy, does it look, like, ugly and unrealistic. Like, just... honestly, look at that. Like, you look at the image over here from Sun and Moon, right? Or Ultra Sun and Moon. I'm not sure which one that's from, but you look at that. You can see how the water is clear. You can see, like, the body of the Lapras. This one over here, it just kind of disappears. It's just, like, blocky and it kind of disappears. Though I did, like, look into it and I said, the way the Lapras looks on the leaked image seems to be more squared off, and it doesn't seem to fit well into the rest of the image, so to say. And he says, it doesn't look squared. It doesn't necessarily, I don't necessarily think it doesn't fit. The Eevee, I will say, doesn't. It's extremely more blurry than everything else. I'm very skeptical of this, but I'm having a blast analyzing it. Same here. I'm actually having a lot of fun looking into it, which I'll get to the actual, whatchamacallit. I'll get to my freaking discoveries within other areas, but we'll get to that. Either way, so here's what I want to kind of point out, is that there is individuals, specifically people who, you guys may remember these guys, but the people who leaked Rainbow Rocket. Now, let me explain what these guys did. These are the people who leaked that Rainbow Rocket was going to be happening in Ultra Sun and Moon. These same people are claiming this image to be real. They are claiming this to be an actual real image. Again, I could be wrong here. I'm getting this information from somebody I trust. If that individual is getting tricked, I don't know, but this information is coming from them, so they are claiming it to be real. Again, I don't know. I personally don't know what's going on here, guys, but I want to know your opinions. Do you think this looks realistic? Do you think this is just fake BS and this is nothing worth, like, of value? This image just is fake. It's too fake to be real. What do you think about that? But keep in mind, we have heard, one, that there's supposed to be, right, like, specifically from, PokeJungle, saying that, you know, all these weird features, like Pokeride's returning, but they're removing some parts of it, you know, there's Pokemon on your head, like the little Eevee right there, and apparently, according to Arrow, he apparently has more images, which he's not sharing, which is very, sad. I wish I could just see those images, wouldn't even share them with you guys, but I would just want to see them, so I would know for myself, because I've been looking into this, and I think eventually, later tonight, I may be able to crack this, or maybe tomorrow if I have more time, but either way, basically looking at this image, I'm very skeptical. I am very skeptical. But at the same time, keep in mind, guys, when they were making this game, or like when they're making the Switch game, don't assume that the graphics will be like Breath of the Wild. Don't assume that, okay? They even said it during an interview, like, you know, we're gonna bring you as much as possible. We're gonna try to, you know, make this as good of a game as possible, but please keep your expectations low. If you expect too much, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. That's why I'm not expecting this to be anything crazier. I already said this before, but I'm happy as long as this game just looks like Ultra Sun and Moon. As long as it looks at Ultra Sun and Moon, but like in HD, I'm happy. That's what I'm wishing for, and that's what they will most likely do, because keep in mind, it's a huge jump for them, you know what I mean, jumping to a new platform, and assuming them to make something like grand scale, crazy new graphics, like, don't assume to be getting, like, you know, DICE level graphics, or, you know, like, Battlefront 2, you know, graphics and stuff. Like, don't assume that. Keep in mind, this is Game Freak we're talking about, right? Game Freak. It's gonna be cartoony and that sort of style, always. Though this image sketches me out, mostly, what sketches me out about this image is the character. The character, to me, just doesn't fit. The character just doesn't fit. He's got a tank top on, this backpack, and, like, gray pants and, like, I don't know, white shoes. Just doesn't fit. And also, I feel like I see a Wooper in the water right there. I'll actually zoom in on the part that I'm talking about. But I feel like I see a Wooper over here. I don't know if you guys can see it, like, right there. There's a little Wooper on the right side right there. You can see this little, like, you know, little purple and, like, you know, head. Then you see a Magikarp. You see another Wooper up front, up there, like right above the Eevee head. You see a Wooper there. And then to the left up there, it looks like a Metapod almost. And then, of course, you have a Gyarados tail at the back here. So, I don't know, man. The route looks very similar to the one from, you know, Kanto, though it's missing a few, like, one of the rocks, and we can't see the, you know, the little, like, land area from the side there. But then again, it may just be perspectives and stuff. Or also, if this isn't a reboot, maybe this is a different route, but it looks very similar. You know, if it's a reboot, it wouldn't need to be Kanto, it'd just be a different, you know, totally different region, but similar to Kanto in style. Again, I don't know. This is all skeptical. You know, I'm being very skeptical on this, but keep in mind, the Rainbow Rocket people are claiming this to be real. One of the leakers out there, one of the leakers who, or not leakers, yeah, one of the Chinese Riddlers is actually really angry right now about this image coming out into the public. So a lot of things are happening. I don't know what's going on, guys. I want to know your opinions. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Do you think this is fake? I'm calling this fake for now until it's proven real. I'm assuming this is fake because honestly, I don't believe this image. I think it's BS. Let me know in the comments down below what do you guys think. Just seriously, I don't know what to say, guys. I don't actually have no clue. But either way, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to check out any of these links and stuff, I'll link everything down below. If you want to check me out on Twitter, please feel free to do so. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good day, and bye-bye.